the stupidity of a mind game that being manipulated to think. One thing I know is in this program is not about reality. It's what you can make somebody imagine, and there's a lot of that happening. That's why you hear the honking and the nose campaign. All of that is like an ecosystem that's supposed to brainwash you into these false memories and the narration they put together. It's really actually textbook brainwashing. Really, just textbook. That's when you know this is a governmental entity doing that, and it just makes no sense. Actually, it's supposed to drive the target venture into society, but also you're supposed to be identified with a lot of what is happening to you as a target individual. What you're saying here is me in, I think, 2008, 17 or 18. I think it's 18, I'm not sure. Either way, I used to date somebody who we were serious. We were together for a long time, maybe 3+ years. And this is like the area where her parents live. Let me just tell you that as a target individual, the way you're forced to think consists of things that just doesn't even make sense. I was talking to somebody who is not really a coworker, but somebody who worked with the same employer. And he's telling me he's from the same region as my ex-girlfriend, who actually was a perp, and she's from this place, and that was like a small world because it's like really the exact same place. And I gave the name of this woman who I used to be with. Let's just say her name was Patricia. That's not her real name. But I was like, oh, you know Patricia? You know Patricia Smith? Right? And he was like, no. And I'm like, oh, did you go to the same high school? Did you go to this high school? Let's just say the name is called Irving Park. Are you from Irving Park? I was like, yeah. Did you go to Irving Park High School? I was like, not really. And I'm asking about that because if they went to the same high school, most likely know each other because it's not a big place, right? Now, Patricia Smith is actually a year older than me, right? I'm asking about him going to the high school because if he went to the high school at the same time and it looks like he's about the same age as Patricia, maybe a few years younger, that he would know her. And I'm like, no, because I know somebody from there. She went to that high school. Obviously, when she graduated, she went to a college that we've been taught. And I even gave the name of Patricia Smith. This is how stupid it's getting. First of all, they tell me right now they're framing me with kids still in high school, right? Children. And they start making me imagine, oh, so you were dating somebody who went to high school at that place. It's like, yes, she's a year older than me. When she was in high school, she went to that high school. Are you trying to make me imagine dating a high schooler from that place? These people are creating retardation. That's so insane. And then what you're seeing here is actually Patricia Smith here. Her family home. She obviously at that point moved away from there. She's a grown woman. She's actually older than me. And we'll go there for like the July 4th. And so now they start creating false memories during that time, right? On July 4th is everybody in that area, let's just say in Irving Park. They all show up, they go to the park, it's like a whole thing, there's a community thing. And we're there going to the parade and whatnot. And there was like a bunch of little teenagers. And I remember like they were dressed super vulgar, like they're like little like shorts and little like top, and they're little teenage girls, right? And I remember it's like, oh my gosh, that's how kids dress nowadays? And it's funny, and that's why the game is going on, because even somebody who was there is like, oh my gosh, these kids are dressing like that. These high school kids. I don't even know if they were fully high school kids, by the way. And she said the same thing, right? And I was like, my gosh, man, I was shocked too. I was like, dude, this is what they dress like? They're basically like little short, and they're like, ugh. Little kids. Like they shouldn't be allowed to dress that vulgar at that age. They don't even look like full, like, they look like freshmen in high school max. And I remember seeing the same thing. It's like, yeah, that's weird too, right? It's like, I noticed that this dress really, like, very, like, not allowed that age. And they're little kids. When I say little kids, I like little teenagers. Not even like the teenager that are like in the later years of their teen, like young teen. And I remember that and noticing it too. Now, this is what they're doing with my memories. First of all, they're like, oh no, she noticed how you looked at them and this and that. Well, if she saw how I looked at them, she noticed how weird it was that these kids at that age would dress like that. And maybe that's why she said the same thing, because that was truly what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, they really are like dressing in like not appropriately for their age. Just like, ugh. It's like that's what kids, and at this point I'm in my late 20s. I'm about to turn 30. So I'm like, wow, that's what kids dress like? Ugh. And when I say wow, I was like shocked in regard of like that age, you dressing like that, and that's really, really like, ugh. And the parents are okay with that. It's like, ooh. Now, what they're doing in my brain, they're changing that perception. Like, brainwashing is all about altering reality and perception of memories, right? And they want you to accept this false version of memories. They do that a lot in this program, a lot. They do that a lot of altering. This is pure. They're using this technology that can clearly alter your memories, but on top of that, they use these perps around you to try to make you identify with these false memories. This is the day, by the way. I'm blurring this. I'm the one say, hey boo. I'm talking to my ex-girlfriend, who they even try to make me imagine being underage at one point. It's so stupid. And then you hear this perps right now interacting with me via V2K. Now the technology I deal with, I said it's not only the technology that destroy my body, which is happening. I'm literally slowly breaking down physically, but psychologically they also rewire my brain, recreating thought process that are falsified, but not even falsified, created in a false way, in a perception that's falsified. So in my memory specifically, but my thought process in real time are also changing. They make me have these disturbing thoughts, experiences. You heard a lot of those videos. And the reason why they're doing that in my memories is because they want me to identify with this current experience. Falsified memories is meant to make you identify this false persona. They want to break down who you are, which is part of these falsified memories, to make you identify with this current experience. So now they make me having perception of how not you were like into that. It's like, ugh, ugh. This is nasty. And I'm disturbed now because now they want me to think of it in something that will stimulate me. Find it appealing. Ugh, it was not. It was weird. And now at the time, of course, I was not discussing like, ugh, because I was not being forced to get these experiences. But I'm like, this is weird that these kids are dressed like that. This is just another way they're just trying to break me down, because today what's happening when I see kids from the youngest to the oldest kids, I'm being manipulated in disturbing ways, and on top of that they're framing me. Now I'm not saying that because I was already a target individual then and these people were perps. Maybe this was already like a process. Maybe they wanted to see if I was gonna be baited by this weird looking teenage kids. Ugh. And the thing is, it's not even like, there's teenage kids that you would think that maybe they are adults or closer to adult because they're older teenager. No, this is like a teenager who you don't even know if they're already in high school. Like the young teenagers who'd probably be like a freshman max. That you like, oh, are you even like a teenager? Fully teenager? Are you even like 14 or 30? Like that. Like the really young ones, dressed in like crop tops and short. I was like, ew, little tiny ones. And so they're doing all the same tactics. So they do these things where, when they want you to identify to something that's falsified, they use fear tactics, repetitions, deflections, and for me, some of the fear tactics, they do this whipping noise, because they just solved it. It's like, trash, no. You falsify memories because you're afraid with just children. And let's just say the friend is called Mallory. Mallory said the same thing. Now, is she saying that because I noticed the same thing? And they're already like, because they could be in your brain already, but they're not manipulating you. They could already be they were maybe able to access your brain without the manipulation. Manipulation started on August 19, 2019. So now they're just trying to put the false narrative in my memories. But she said the exact same thing. I was thinking, it's like, yeah, they dress like super, like, inappropriate. Like, this is, And she said something about, yeah, they dress like, they dressing like super revealed. Like, it was not, let's just say it was not good. It looked bad. Okay? It was ugly. It's just weird. Like, she was too young to be dressed. Like, the parents should be like, oh, you can't go outside like that. That kind of dress. Like, not even dress, but that kind of, like. So they're just trying to be like, no, but actually, you looked at it, you thought it was seductive. It was like, ugh, it was ugly. Well, let me just say, I didn't think it was ugly in a sense, but I was like, this is weird. The reason why I'm responding to that in this fashion right now is because now in my memories, they try to make me experience some perception that's like me being into that. It is complete falsification of my memories, and they try to make me identify with this. If I can just stay strong. And they're like, yeah, we beat it, we proved this. Like, you've been falsifying memories and creating false narrative all along. The truth is, they're just trying to negate who destroyed my life. Because what you're seeing here is the validation that this is when this whole thing happened with me. And the people who destroyed my life, actually this little teenager dressed in certain ways like that, the people who put me in this program donated money to a man who allegedly was picking up kids as young as the kids I saw there. And this trash now are just putting this false memory in my brain and creating stories like, no, they were investigating, they saw this. No, if they saw anything, they saw me finding it weird that these kids were dressed like that. And in my brain, they try to create mental battles. It's continuous, no stop creating disturbing things. But you gotta be strong. They will take away the perception of reality, rewire reality, and do what brainwashing is known to be doing, is changing narrative of reality and implanting that false narrative. Memory manipulation is part of brainwashing. It's 101, as you see here. It's textbook 101. As you see the list of things they do for brainwashing. This is another false memories, one of so many, but I record all of them. Talking me just stay strong. And what you're seeing here is, first of all, how memory manipulation is a tool used to brainwash, but also gaslighting. The things they say sometimes is just not even rational. Like, they want me to think in this irrational way. It's like, no, we just rated your brain. Like, we don't manipulate your memories, you just rated your brain, and that's what we found. Yeah, right. They are altering your thoughts and your memories for the purpose of making you identify with false persona. And they have no shame. They have no shame in regard of like sounding irrational, when clearly they are changing you. You've been making it clear that you know that it's been years of the same thing, and they keep doing the same thing. And still wanting you to think that they're not doing this clear manipulation, which is clearly a tactic used to make somebody identify with a false persona, which in this program there's a lot of that happening. And they have no shame. Like, no, we just rated your brain. You're rating my brain to alter my brain. They're rating my brain, finding what memories can be altered, how they can alter it, negate the obvious manipulations, and then interact with me and letting me know that no, and the interaction is via voice to call. And there's a lot of gimmicks. Gaslighting is done in very, very advanced level of technology. And they want you to be subscriptive to this. Taking me, just stay strong. First of all, these clowns are telling you all these things when they are just the perps. Like I said, it's clear that this is a program led by the government. These governmental entities are definitely not the type of government entities that are here doing this to protect children. We're just utilized as guinea pigs and test subjects, where they're looking at what tactics can be utilized to be functioning in regard to this program. The technology can alter anything however they want it. Now, what they're trying to do here is to make me identify with these things. These entities, by the way, happens to have issue with pedophilia that is so obvious and disturbing that it's almost comical to hear this clown try to convince you that they have this technology to catch pedophiles when in reality they are the pedophiles who try to paint you as pedophile. It's hard for them to, like, it's so sad for them because when you have this thing going against you and they try to gaslight you, they are so discredited because it's clearly obvious who is out here doing things to children while these people are doing the same systematic things that you can even Google up and look up what can you do to what brainwashing tactics are utilized. It's so textbook, it's scary. Target me just stay strong. Boo. 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 Boo.